You have been told Vegas is all lights, luck, and luxury. But locals know the real Strip runs on something darker. Behind every missing clock and winding hallway is a secret worth millions, engineered to keep you spending and disoriented. Why did your last trip feel different? And what is the extraction blueprint casinos hope you will never notice? Let us follow the hidden trail they do not want exposed. In the late 1960s, a reclusive billionaire began snapping up Strip landmarks at a pace that unsettled old Vegas. Howard Hughes arrived in 1966, and within 4 years, he controlled the Desert Inn, the Sands, the Castaways, and more. His buyouts replaced handshake deals with corporate boards, turning the Strip from a gambler's playground into a machine tuned for profit. By the time Hughes left, the age of individual operators had ended. A new spectacle rose in 1989 when Steve Wynn opened the Mirage. Palm trees, an erupting volcano, white tigers, this was no longer about the tables. The Mirage introduced the Mega Resort, where entertainment, dining, and themed fantasy counted as much as the cards. A decade later, the Bellagio doubled down on luxury. Its 1998 debut brought fine art, gourmet chefs, and a lake of dancing fountains. High-end retail and $500 dinners replaced the old comped buffets. As the 2000s dawned, the Strip's pulse shifted again. Nightclubs and celebrity residencies drove revenue past the casino floor. Clubs like Tao and Omnia packed in crowds, fueled by the fear of missing out and velvet ropes. Paid crowd builders manufactured hype. By 2018, the Supreme Court's repeal of PASPA let sports betting explode nationwide. Vegas responded with data-driven sportsbooks and mobile apps, folding every visitor's habits into the Strip's new code. Each pivot made the Strip less about luck and more about extracting value from every step, every glance, every swipe. On the Strip, time slips away without a trace. There are no clocks on the casino floor, and sunlight never finds its way inside. Windows are rare by design, removing any hint of the outside world, erasing the line between day and night. Every path bends and loops, leading guests past banks of slot machines and retail displays, never in a straight line, never toward an obvious exit. The floor plan is a maze, engineered to keep visitors wandering, always within sight of another reason to spend. The air itself is part of the strategy. Casinos pump in proprietary scents, formulas crafted by companies like Aromasys and Scent Air, to trigger a subtle sense of comfort and anticipation. Each property claims its own signature fragrance, a blend tuned to relax, energize, and extend the stay. The soundtrack is just as calculated. A constant low-frequency hum, layered with upbeat music, keeps energy high and reduces the sharpness of decision-making. Casino lighting rarely shifts. Neon glows and soft overheads keep everything at a perpetual dusk, masking fatigue and encouraging a sense of endless opportunity. Bartenders and floor staff hear the same questions every shift. What time is it? How do I get out? Most guests have no idea how long they have been inside. Locals know these tricks well. They avoid the Strip during peak hours, knowing that the environment is built to disorient and exhaust, priming every visitor to spend more before they ever reach the cashier. A hotel room on the Strip might start at $89 a night. At least that is what the website promises. But the final bill tells a different story. Resort fees, once unheard of, now add $38 or more to each night. Parking, which used to be free, tax on another $15. Taxes climb to $22. Even a so-called service charge, $8, appears with no explanation. The total, $172 for a single night, is nearly double the advertised rate. These extra charges are not a glitch. They are engineered, line by line, to disappear into the fine print until checkout. After the 2008 downturn, Strip operators made these fees standard. By 2024, resort fees at top hotels reached $55 per night. The practice spread fast. What started as a $10 add-on now costs travelers hundreds over a weekend. Dynamic pricing algorithms add another layer. Room rates swing wildly, sometimes by 100 or even 300%, depending on demand, events, or even the time of day you click the book button. A room that costs $120 on a Tuesday can spike to $400 for a fight weekend, with no warning to loyal guests. Amenities once included, like gym access or Wi-Fi, are bundled into mandatory fees, removing any chance to opt out. Locals shake their heads at the sticker shock. They remember when prices were simple and comps were easy. Now every bill is a puzzle, designed to keep visitors guessing about what they are really paying for. The Strip's new math is less about hospitality and more about extraction, hidden in plain sight. Free drinks are still a promise on the Strip, but the rules of the game have changed. Cocktail servers walk a precise circuit, trained to spot who's playing and who's just sitting. The first drink might come quick, but the next won't arrive until the machine registers enough action. The strongest pours show up when play is steady and losses are mounting. Locals know the pattern. The more you wager, the faster the drinks flow. But pause too long, and the server disappears. Comps, once handed out like party favors, now arrive through loyalty apps and digital tracking. The old days of a pit boss tossing a buffet voucher for a friendly face are gone. Now, algorithms decide when to send a free play offer or a discounted meal, often triggered by signs of fatigue or frustration. The moment a player slows down, a nudge appears, just enough to keep them in the seat. Slots are the Strip's real breadwinner. They fill the floor with blinking lights and familiar sounds, drawing in everyone from first-timers to seasoned regulars. Placement is no accident. High traffic paths are lined with machines that return the least, programmed for high volume and low payout. The most generous slots hide in back corners, far from the main drag. Each machine's volatility and payout can be adjusted remotely, letting casinos fine-tune margins hour by hour. These tactics are not about luck. They are about keeping players spinning, sipping, and spending, with every incentive timed to the minute and every seat mapped for maximum return. Ava, a former casino tech coordinator, describes the reality behind the Strip's new cashless systems. When guests tap their phones or swipe digital wallets at a slot machine, every transaction is logged, analyzed, and linked to their identity. In 2024, Nevada regulators approved the Acres Universal Payment Adapter, allowing direct bank transfers to slots. The company's own research found that players using cashless options bought 92% more credits per session than those using cash. By early 2025, over 2/3 of regular visitors had adopted cashless gaming and loyalty apps. But payment data is just the beginning. Casinos hire atmosphere agencies to seed lines outside nightclubs and to fill gaming pits with paid crowd builders. These workers are hired to manufacture buzz, making venues look packed even on slow nights. Ava paraphrases internal briefings. If it feels busy, people spend faster. Behind the scenes, minimum internal control standards, MICS, require every digital transfer to be tracked and reconciled. But the focus is on oversight, not on limiting the psychological pull. The Strip's persuasion machine now operates with the precision of a trading floor, blending surveillance, crowd science, and behavioral data into every guest's stay. Carlos, a longtime floor supervisor, remembers when a big win meant a handshake and a comped steak dinner. Now he spends his shifts explaining hidden fees and fielding complaints about shrinking comps. He has watched colleagues leave as wages stagnated, even while the Strip's profits soared. Guests vent their frustration at him, not realizing he has no power over the new algorithms or the fine print. In 2014, the Shore versus Caesars lawsuit tried to challenge deceptive resort fee practices, but the court ruled that as long as fees are disclosed at checkout, they are legal. For workers like Carlos, that gap means more angry guests and less pride in the job. Locals steer clear of the Strip, choosing places like the Arts District, Frankie's Tiki Room, or Four Kegs, where prices stay honest and the welcome feels real. For visitors, the best defense is simple. Ask for a full breakdown of charges before booking, set a personal budget, and do not be afraid to explore venues off the Strip. Knowledge is power. Every year, Vegas casinos invest billions in new ways to keep visitors spending, often without realizing how deeply they are being steered. As these tactics grow more subtle, the line between entertainment and exploitation blurs. In a city built on illusion, awareness may be your only real advantage. Share your thoughts below.